African American history started with the forced transportation of Sub-Saharan Africans to North America in the 16th and 17th centuries. The European colonization of the Americas and the resulting Atlantic slave trade encompassed a large-scale transportation of enslaved Africans across the Atlantic. Of the roughly 10 to 12 million Africans who were sold in the Atlantic slave trade, either to Europe or the Americas, approximately 388,000 were sent to North America. After arriving in various European colonies in North America, the enslaved Africans were sold to European colonists, primarily to work on cash crop plantations. A group of enslaved Africans arrived in the English Virginia colony in 1619, marking the beginning of slavery in the colonial history of the United States. By 1776, roughly 20% of the British North American population was of Sub-Saharan African descent, both free and enslaved. During the American Revolutionary War, in which the 13 colonies gained independence and began to form the United States, black soldiers fought on both the British and the American sides. After the conflict ended, the northern United States gradually abolished slavery. However, the population of the American South, which had an economy dependent on plantations operation by slave labor, increased their usage of slaves to pick cotton, which became the basis of the Industrial Revolution underway in England and New England. Slavery moved westward from the southern states during the westward expansion of the United States. During this period, numerous enslaved African Americans escaped into free states and Canada via the Underground Railroad. Disputes over slavery between the northern and southern states led to the American Civil War, in which 178,000 African Americans served on the Union side. During the war, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which ended slavery as soon as the Union armies arrived. After the war ended, the 13th Amendment abolished slavery in the U.S., except as punishment for a crime. In 1863, the Reconstruction era began, in which African Americans living in the South were granted limited rights compared to their white counterparts. After 1876, white opposition to these advancements led to most African Americans living in the South to be disfranchised, and a system of racial segregation known as the Jim Crow laws was passed in the southern states. Beginning in the early 20th century, in response to poor economic conditions, segregation, and lynchings, over 6 million African Americans, primarily rural, migrated out of the South to other regions of the United States in search of opportunity. The nadir of American race relations led to civil rights efforts to overturn discrimination and racism against African Americans. In 1954, these efforts coalesced into a broad, unified movement led by civil rights activists such as Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King Jr. This succeeded in persuading the federal government to pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which outlawed racial discrimination.